we can see hundreds of deals per month. And the overall drop, if we think about it from a funnel perspective, for every 100 potential deals that are proposed to CrowdStreet, 5 of them actually make it onto the marketplace. And so that process actually begins out in the field. CrowdStreet has multiple employees that are embedded in all of our key markets around the country. These are people that maybe come out of a capital markets background. And so they have relationships out there. They understand deals, and they know how to procure deal flow. So those people are going to be out there. They are our quote unquote boots on the ground, and they are hunting for, you know, best in class operators with best in class deal flow every day. So that's one key avenue of how we're assembling our type of deal flow. Another way that we're doing it is through attending all of the key industry conferences. For example, I'm a member of the Urban Land Institute, and so there's oftentimes opportunities through that group of real estate operators around the country that will lead to conversations and lead to deal flow. The third is inbound. You know, we, as an online platform, we have a lot of visibility, and we get deals every day submitted to us through our online, you know, inquiry. And so there's a lot of noise that can be through that channel, but it definitely has led to good deal flow that it actually has appeared on the marketplace. So of the overall perspective of everything, if you look at the comment of all those 3 kind of avenues, the 100 is now dropping down to roughly 40 or so deals that are at the point where they make it to the investments team. So that is the team that I work with. They are comprised of real estate private equity people that are traditionally coming out of the acquisition side, sometimes out of the debt origination side, but more so on the acquisition side. And so this is a team of individuals that knows how to acquire real estate, knows how to value it, knows how to underwrite it. And it's at this point when we have one of our managing directors out in the field elevate a particular deal with a particular group that they think the group is a fit, they think the deal is a fit. Now we're going to really pick that deal up, and we're going to be going kind of soup to nuts with it. And we're going to go through now a 3-step process. The first step in that process is to evaluate the sponsor. So we have applications, we have background checks. As you can imagine, there's a lot of steps that are involved into understanding if the sponsor is eligible for the marketplace. Some of it is eligibility, some of it is also a fit. Just because the sponsor is great doesn't necessarily mean that they're great for the marketplace. They do have to understand some of the nuances of going onto a public platform and raising capital online, and, you know, reporting to and cultivating, you know, a base of what is now going to become perhaps 200 new investors for them, right? That's the power of what we can do in a single deal. So we have to make sure that there's a fundamental fit there, provided that we get through that background check and kind of evaluation period. Then we're going to move on to the deal itself. That's really where our investments team is going to roll up their sleeves. They're going to go through the pro formas. They're going to go through the third-party reports. We're going to utilize our own third-party data sources such as CoStar and RCA and the like. And we're really going to get to the, you know, does the deal make sense? Does the business plan, you know, stand to scrutiny? Do we think the asset has a going-in basis and a going-out basis that are achievable? This is where we kind of do like a lot of the traditional work that many real estate operators out there would understand. It is from that second point. So, and that'll involve calls and emails and a lot of research. From that second step, provided that we get past that, so now we have an eligible sponsor that we think is a good fit with what we think is a good deal. Now we're really going to start to evaluate the structure of the deal and the operating agreements. And it's here that we're looking for that kind of third and final fit. Is the operating agreement structured in a way such that is in line with our marketplace standards? And do we think that the key provisions, you know, the preferred returns and the splits and so forth, are the economics modeled fairly for the CrowdStreet marketplace? Now that we've done, you know, 330 deals and $12 billion worth of real estate, we have a lot of data to look back on to kind of substantiate what is in line or out of line with marketplace standards. In the event that something is out of line, we're going to call that out. We're going to bring that to the attention of the sponsor, and we're going to have a conversation about that. And really what it boils down to at that point is kind of a coaching. You know, this is a marketplace, but it's, you know, but it's also a marketplace that has established investor expectations. And so if something is out of line, it will boil down to, well, if it's completely out of line, we're going to say that doesn't fit with marketplace policy. You can either change that, or we can agree not to do the deal. More often than not, those lead to amendments and changes. So oftentimes an investor, when you're looking at the deal on CrowdStreet and the operating agreement, we've already gone through a process of kind of negotiation and really coaching and amendment to that. So what you see is not necessarily where it started. Every now and then we may come across something where we feel like it's significant and material enough to kind of make it a gating no go. And maybe in that scenario, the sponsor has perhaps maybe they've already raised capital with those terms, or that's just fundamentally how they do business. Every now and then that's where a deal will die. More likely than not, you're seeing tune-ups of the deal at that step, and then that deal getting approved for the marketplace.
Hmm.